As we talk about what it means to be Jesusly, it's important to understand not just who he was, but even where he was. And today, I have the extreme pleasure of being in the village of ancient Capernaum, and we're visiting a synagogue from the time of Jesus. And you can see all around me here, it's a beautiful location, but more than just the physical location, what's important is what happened here, what Jesus did, what he said, and how he treated people. And we have several stories in this city, several stories in this region, where Jesus does something over and over again. You know, in another time, I'll be talking about his miracles and about his sermons and what he said. But today I want to talk to you about what he did, the way he treated people from all kinds of walks of life. It didn't matter what background they were from. Here we have Jesus who meets someone who eventually we get to know as Matthew. And we forget sometimes that Matthew was a tax collector when we first meet him. And here in Capernaum, this was a very strategic and very important city because it was in the center of two different kingdoms. On the one side, on the eastern side, run by the Greeks, on the west, run by the Romans. And this was a trading spot. So you had people from all over the world who came to do business. And so they had to pay taxes. And that's why Matthew is here. And we also have money exchangers, very important at that time. But what's so beautiful, it's not even so much about what Jesus says to Matthew when he tells him to come and follow after me. It's the fact that he looks beyond that he's a tax collector. He looks beyond the fact that people would have looked down on tax collectors. They would have been outsiders. They would have been outcasts for sure. But Jesus is in the habit of seeing people, not for where they are, but for where they could be. And we see this all the way to the cross when he's hanging beside that thief and the thief says, Jesus, remember me. He's basically saying, see me, look at me. And this is what Jesus does. This is what being Jesusly is all about. It's looking beyond how people vote. It's looking beyond how people dress, what kind of views they have on certain issues, looking past all that and seeing the person that's inside, the person that God created. And so that's the challenge to you today, is to get out there today and become more Jesusly.